Welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving into one of the most disturbing and violent crime sprees in the world of cryptocurrency. This is the story of Remy Ra St Felix, who terrorized people all across the United States to steal their crypto savings. Stay tuned to learn about the shocking tactics and also the lessons learned to protect yourself. Remy Ra St Felix is a 24-year-old from Florida that led a gang that terrorized people all across the United States, especially targeting elderly cryptocurrency holders. Experts believe that one of the reasons why him and his gang chose cryptocurrency holders is because with cryptocurrencies it's possible to make instant transfers. And of course, as there is no bank involved and the security measures are lower, it's a great target for violent criminals and also hackers. Already prior to his involvement with the violent crypto world, St. Felix was already involved in a shooting a couple years prior in Palm Springs, Florida, after a drug deal had apparently gone wrong. He fired shots at an underage girl, and he was later charged with attempted first-degree murder, aggravated assault, and also armed robbery. However, the charges were later dismissed. A couple years later, him and his gang committed some very notable crimes. The most notable one was when an aged couple, aged 76, from North Carolina, Durham, they were targets of a terrifying ordeal. Two men disguised as construction workers forced their way into their home. They zip-tied the couple and threatened the husband with violence and mutilation and coerced him at gunpoint to transfer them $150,000 in cryptocurrencies. Prior to this, St. Felix and an accomplice had surveilled the couple. And while the woman was physically handled, the man had to do the transaction from his Coinbase account, which was only partly successful due to the Coinbase security measures. Another incident involves when a victim didn't want to share a password for a cryptocurrency account. So it ended in a robbery and trying to force the victim into transfer them more cryptocurrencies. Initially, it started with SIM swapping to steal two-factor authentication. And this basically works as the criminals first try to gain private information about you. Once they do have private information, they're trying to convince customer service representatives into them believing that they are you. And once they're successful, they have the authority to transfer your SIM card onto their phone. And this allows them to basically receive messages that were originally sent to your phone, which also include two-factor authentication codes. And this helps them, for example, to hack into your account, as typically there's a two-factor authentication for security measures, which is also used, for example, to reset your password. While this was the start, it really escalated quickly into just violent home invasions that were coordinated via Telegram. So there are already a couple ways I want to share on how you can be more safe. First one is that you install as home security for monitoring and deterrence, because typically criminals try to surveil you a couple days prior, as they usually want to make a plan on how they break in and how they do the theft. Another one is also use strong passwords, and please you don't need to show off how much you really have on your account. There is no need to boast on your social media how much you really have, as this is what attracts criminals. This is what makes you an attractive target for criminals. Also, it's very important to identify service providers before you actually letting them in. However, unfortunately, their tactics didn't end there. Another tactic also involved conditioning pizza deliveries. They conditioned pizza deliveries to try to catch their victims off guard, and eventually, being disguised as pizza delivery boys, forced their way into their home violently before demanding crypto access. This also meant that in Texas, a victim's mother was actually tortured after the victim refused to give up her account for her cryptocurrencies. However, the victim was later able to escape. However, while this sounds very terrifying, thank God their crime spree didn't last very long. It was from December 2022 to July 2023, as then the gang got arrested. They got arrested for a combination of traditional detective work and also digital forensic. And while at the moment St. Felix faces severe charges from 7 to possible lifetime sentence. For criminals, this is just a representation of what could actually be a trend in the future. As experts believe that there could be a rise in more physical criminality regarding cryptocurrencies. Bing Wang said that it shouldn't be very surprising for people, as criminals feel very safe in the crypto world. It's a lot easier as there are no banks involved, and this makes it, in the eyes of criminals, among instant transferability, a lot easier to launder money, for example. So this is definitely something that people should be more aware of. They should also include more security measures, or for example, having more security, especially for higher amount of transfer. They also should use, for example, authentication apps by Google. And also they should look for unusual activity, for example, for SIM swapping. And if there's something that seems wrong, you should immediately ask for help, as it's better to be safe than sorry. So in conclusion, be aware. There might be a rise in physical criminality in crypto, as crypto still unfortunately attracts very profit-oriented people that try to steal your money. And this is still unfortunately possible with instant transfers. And again, there are less security measures at the moment. And while I think this will change in the future, and while it will be, I think, more and more difficult in the future as the technology evolves, it's better to have too many securities than having too less. Also be aware that despite your online activity, that you have security measures regarding security systems at home where you can see and identify. For example, if there's unusual activity in front of your house, that you ask for help. I also made a couple other videos about cryptocurrency hacks and security. Also about a couple of scams. Make sure to check that one out as well. Let me know what you think. Do you like the ideas of criminals being so easily into the homes of other people? Or do you think there should be more, and there should actually be something that makes it more difficult to, for example, to make criminals identify how much money people actually have? At the moment, it's still visible, unfortunately. It's still visible to see how much cryptocurrency accounts hold. And in some cases, unfortunately, it's very easy to connect those accounts to the private person, which of course is definitely bears a huge risk as displayed in this video. Let me know. Check my recent videos out as well. I will see you in the next video.